know we're not going to take any questions yet, but what do people think of the words that are on the screen? Nod? Wink? No? Yes? Lots of words. Do you think the mums and dads understand that we're actually training a first responder? No. Do you think the mums and dads understand that we're going to be teaching resilience and courage to their children? Maybe, maybe not. These are really important words, because if we just took these words, this is what we're doing. We're delivering fun, we're delivering enthusiasm, we're delivering heritage. For Bondi, how many of the mums and dads and the kids know the heritage of Bondi? Is it an important thing? I think so. They're part of your club. So this is what we're actually teaching and delivering at Nippers, and obviously a lot more. But it's a good starting point. And I think you can spend hours with your parents explaining all those little different things. But how do they get taught? How do they get trained? How do they get worked up that the kids actually practice them? How do you teach courage? How do you teach courage? How do you teach resilience within your Nipper program? Hopefully you are. It's got to be part of what you're actually doing. All right, so your aims. So for those who are here today as current chair or the new chair, this is you. You're developing future lifesavers. You are going to deliver all these kids to your club. This season just passed, so season 2021, we had COVID. Would you believe in Sydney branch, we actually delivered 100 more SRCs than we've ever delivered before. 525 kids delivered to the clubs, fully qualified lifesavers by all you guys in one season. Amazing, really incredible work. Develop a positive and supportive club culture. What is your club culture? Not your Nipper culture, but what is your club culture? Do you know what your club culture is? Who would you go to find out, well, what is our culture? What are the words? What are the phrases? What's our mission statement? What's our vision statement? Do we have a culture that I could share with all my age managers? That I could share with all my surf coaches? That I could share with my mums and dads at the mums and dads dinner? Is culture important? I think it's incredibly important personally, and you all have to be on the same page when it comes to culture. So a big thing for all of us to look back at our club and say, what is our culture? What is the primary aims of this place? What are we presenting as people? A whole of club ethos, hoping you're not just working as a Nipper team, hoping you're working as a club. So you need support and education? Awesome, great. Team's got a bunch of great educators. You need some support in some surf coaching? Awesome. Hit those under 17s and under 19 paddlers to come down and give you a hand. Right? The whole of club approach. How many times does the club president come down and welcome the Nippers to a Sunday morning? Or the deputy president? Or the head of youth? How many of your Nippers and the Nipper parents know the club president? Pretty important scenario, because we are a surf club and our president is a very important role within our club. So creating opportunities for the parents to engage. This is an entire section unto itself later on, and most probably the most important section we're going to go through in the sense of success for you guys. Because if we don't engage with the parents, then the kids' level of engagement is going to drop, and they're going to go away. And in some respects, the parents make the decisions, the parents drive the cars, the parents get up earlier than the kids to get them there. So they should be your first priority. First priority being parent engagement. Have you got a plan for that? Have you got someone who runs that? Or does it just happen by default? Everyone's nice and friendly and smiley. But imagine if you had an enormous engagement with parents. I'll do a little bit of a brag at my club at Coogee. We've actually developed that program, so we have a very strong and effective bronze medallion program for our parents. And this season we delivered our 600th mother and father through their bronze program. Now the implications of that across a club are enormous, enormous. Most of our patrol captains are ex-nippers or nipper parents. So the impact on this particular one, creating opportunities for parent engagement, is enormous for you and is worth every little bit of effort. Involving your local and wider community, talking to council, working with the Chamber of Commerce, working with the local schools. Could your under 14s do their own surf awareness presentation back in their high school? Could some of your under 12s do a fantastic water safety awareness back at their primary school, supported by 1 or 2 parents? I reckon they could. They've got more knowledge than most parents about the ocean, about the beach. So these are great opportunities for us to get off the beach, get into our wider community and share our knowledge, share who we are, and share what we can achieve with them. So some great opportunities within our wider community. Now, as a junior chair, here's a role for you. You're coordinating all these people. And even in a small club of 200 nippers, there's going to be 150 parents, there's going to be a whole bunch of other people, so you're still talking 350 people. You are coordinating the nippers themselves, under 6s all the way through to the 14s. The parents, not forgetting, 86% of parents come to nippers with no surf life-saving background. Most are coming because someone's recommended they come down to get their kid in the water to make sure that child is safe at some stage. That's their aim. That's only one little aim. And yet there's so much more, but that's their background. The junior committee, depending on how many people you've got on that committee, you're going to have a lot of people on that committee responding to you. The water safety supervisor, as I mentioned, have their BM and their SMAR award. Really cannot recommend it enough. And if any club wants to get a whole bunch of water safety supervisors together for next season and we can run a silver medallion for them, highly recommend we'd actually do that. Your age managers all need the Age Managers Award. Again, highly recommended that they are SRC or Bronze Medallion trained. Obviously they are training the young people, they are training the young lifesavers, and a nice opportunity if they are a lifesaver themselves. All right, when you go through your bronze, when you go through your SRC, for those who've done that, you know it's a bit of a big time in your life. A lot of things come into your head and realise what's going on with that whole course. It changes a whole lot of things for you, and then you can share that with the kids. If you are an age manager and you don't have a bronze or SRC, highly recommend that your 2IC has their bronze or their SRC. Very hard to coordinate CPR training, rescue training, RIPS awareness training without having that person with their bronze medallion or their SRC to help you through. And obviously your age assistants, huge area of interest for the mums and dads to do their age assistant training, get that course done, which means they can be on the beach working with the age manager. I'll bring this up later, but I just wanted to bring it up now. Lots of parents don't want to get involved. We all know that, right? The reason, I believe, is that they don't want to embarrass themselves. They have no idea what to do. Sorry, I wear a little shirt, I'm here with my son or daughter, off you go, I have no idea what you're doing. I'm not going to embarrass myself, I'm not going to help out, I don't know what I'm doing. So you give them some training, give them some encouragement, give them an open doorway, and they're on board. No adult wants to embarrass themselves. All right, so it's really important that we actually open that doorway for our parents. Our coaches, to make sure they've got their current SLS coaching certificates. A lot of that's changed. It's become a little bit more easier now to get those coaching certificates, those development certificates up, but they need to have them. All right, if they're coaching your teams, they need to have these awards. And your club trainers, if people are training SRC, they need to be a fully qualified trainer. Also, I recommend those trainers help out in the under 12s, under 13s, and obviously bronze medallion people are training for the under 9s, 10s, 11s when you're doing your CPR and you're doing your rescues. All right, training is a really important area and should only be done by qualified people. I'll use this statement later on, but I'll use it now. When you go to the beach on a board race, there's not 42 ways to take the board into the water, but there are, because 42 dads have had their say, right? There's 2 ways to take a board into the water, not 42. So we need to make sure that we've got that quality of training, quality of experience going through all the way to Sunday morning. All right, who are you interacting with? Well, same list, but a few more. Now you've got your water safety team. So you've got an enormous team of people who are in the water being the absolute frontline workers for your club. Are they all keen? Are they all skilled? They've got their bronze, but bronze doesn't teach you how to do water safety, does it? Bronze teaches you how to be a lifesaver. So you've got some work therefore to make sure that people are working in their right space. Oh, can you ask him or her to take the board out? I haven't been on a board since I did my bronze, which was now 3 years ago. Sure, I'll take the board out. It's 5-foot surf today. Maybe not the right decision. Yep, maybe not the right decision. I don't know. But your water safety team really needs to understand their importance, their role for across all the nippers. There's an incredibly important role, an incredibly important impact on the kids. Cranky water safety in the water doesn't work. Cranky water safety, no. Encouraging enthusiastic, skilled water safety in the water helps, really, really helps. All right? So your patrol captains, your life-saving team, anybody ever have any PCs, come down the nippers, meet the kids, have a talk to them, long-standing members in their red and yellow. We are part of this, not forgetting, in some respects, your age managers are apprenticeship directors because they're actually training the apprentices to go into patrol. And we'll raise some of that later, all right? Your education team, hopefully every single club here has an education coordinator, and that education coordinator is meeting in July with your chief training officer as part of the whole club's education program. Nippers is not separate to the club's education program. Your CTO, your chief training officer, is responsible for the education work done at Nippers. It's part of their role, not a separate. So hopefully your CTO is meeting with your Nipper education director in August or even July before you put your program together to see what they want to achieve. Really, really important. Not forgetting, they're all getting their surf awards or their surf play awards every season, and that should be done quite diligently and effectively. Management and executive sponsors. Does anybody here have a sponsors day where you actually bring the sponsors down to Nippers and see them, meet the person behind the flag on the beach that's been there for 3 years? They actually come down and meet your SRCs, meet your junior captains. Really, really important that you've actually got a direct and defined responsibility with those sponsors. And your management and executive. Has your vice president of the club been down to Nippers? Has your competition director been down to Nippers? Has your CTO actually been invited down to spend the morning watching your under 12s do their resus today? All right, this is a whole of club approach. And we need to make sure that everybody understands that Nippers is part of that much bigger club. All right, so lovely photo, I think. It's a fabulous photo. They all look pretty smart, pretty healthy, smiley. Everybody there attended Nippers. Everybody there became an amazing lifesaver. In that particular photo, we have 3 patrol captains at the moment. We have a whole bunch of competitors, IRB racers. I think we've got 3 vice captains in that particular photo. That photo is your aim. And you can put your own photo in that frame. That is what you are trying to achieve. So maybe go back to your club, get the under 17s, under 18s together and see if you can create that and show that to your Nippers, because that is what we're trying to achieve. All right, so we're developing future patrolling members. So patrol is not just about having your SRC. Patrol is actually showing leadership, showing motivation, getting ahead of the game, reading the ocean, talking to people, being part of patrol, working with people who are much older than you, that you don't even know, being responsible on patrol, having things to do on patrol. So it's not just our SRC we are teaching all those other attributes. Do your under 9s and under 10s go and visit patrol? I hope so. Hopefully your under 12s and 13s are definitely visiting patrol. Your under 14s have to, but to get them visiting a patrol, maybe even adopt a patrol. You know, break down your under 11s into different groups, and you guys are patrol 1, you're patrol 2, so when patrol 1's on, you'll go and visit them. The PC can come down and adopt a patrol. Get that relationship moving as early as you possibly can. It is so important. I mean, imagine how the parents are going to feel when their kids go along and visit patrol and the parents take along and have a look and see all the lifesavers talk to the kids. And you can say, yes, that will be your son or daughter in 4 years' time. In that red and yellow, serving the community, fit, strong, ready to roll. Every parent is just going to go thumbs up. Now I understand why I'm here. Now I understand why all this effort. Now I understand what my child is actually going to achieve. All right, one club approach, again, bringing the entire club into the game, not just you as a separate, the whole club culture. You know, when you get your pre-NIPA meeting going, so you're going to have a meeting obviously before the season starts, of your NIPA team. You're going to have all your age managers walk in. You're going to have all your coaches walk in. You're going to have your admin team walk in. You're going to have all your assistant age managers walk in, your education team. Or maybe on that day you also want a couple of representatives from the senior club to come down. Maybe the club president or deputy president could share their culture, share their vision with the club for all these people that we're on the same page. This is why we're here, this is what we're doing, as opposed to you just going through the logistics of our year one more time. All right? And NIPA incorporate all aspects of club life, which they do. So they're going to be there for education, for training, for competition, for management, for social, meet a lot of their friends. I mean, I guarantee you a lot of your kids have made fantastic friends at NIPAs, and they're going to stay friends for life, and that's what obviously keeps a lot of them going through. All right, your culture. Have you got a culture of participation for all the kids? So all NIPAs of all abilities should be engaged on your beach on a Sunday morning. All of them, every single one. All right, and make sure that your team understands that. Incredibly important that all the NIPAs are fully involved in the whole program. Developing a positive culture of fun and participation. Yep. Got any cranky age managers, cranky age manager assistants? Yep. Maybe they need a little chat to, because the aim is to deliver fun, to engage, to have happy times down there. Yes, challenging. Yes, we need to get a bit of courage and resilience going, but that can be done in certain ways. So very, very important that we've got everybody having fun. Education, community focus, we've been through. A range of activities for your kids. I'll go into this later, and we've mentioned it a lot within our branch, and I don't think any club now is doing the famous 4 every Sunday, being flags, boards, swim, run. Because if you do that for 22 weeks a year, and you do that for 5 years, that does not determine a lifesaver. It does not train a lifesaver. It does not give variety. The parents wonder why their children are doing this every single week, onwards and onwards and onwards, and it doesn't create engagement for anybody. So your program must be much, much, much bigger than the famous 4, seriously. All right, you're implementing a one club approach and engaging your greatest resource, your parents. All right, really, you'll change their lives, in some respects more than you will change the children's lives. Just a quick one here. How many people here just walked on the beach as a NIPA parent? Yep, rate them. Just walked on as a NIPA parent and look where you are today. I guarantee you it changed your life quite dramatically, and I know it changed it for the better. All right, so parents can't focus enough on those guys. All right, so we're doing surf safety and awareness skills. Are we building these or throwing them in for a round around the can straight away? No, we're building these skills. All right, so the Surf Sports Manual doesn't need to be applied on a Sunday morning. It's in your bag, locked away. All right, we don't need cans out the back at 280 or 320 metres. We need the cans and the water safety to be at the level that the kids can actually achieve. All right, so we need surf safety and surf skills awareness built through a program of learning those skills. Every beach is going to be different. Coogie's got its own issues with its shore dump. Maruba's got water moving north and south every single day. And Wanda, you've got to get out past that sandbank before you can even get to the waves. So we've all got our own beaches, we've all got our own issues, and we've got to be able to teach those kids that skill base in steps. And yes, it's hard. Not every child can go 1 through to 4 or 1 through to 5, maybe 1 through to 2.5. Well, guess what? We're going to have to work a little bit harder with them. More trained people, water safety engaged, water safety know what they can do, this can be achieved. All right, why do we need to swim fast and paddle well? Not for our own benefit. For the benefit of the poor person out the back who needs our help. That hand goes up, we need to go. And we need to be efficient. We need to be able to rescue that person, we need to be able to bring them back effectively, not lose them halfway back on the board, not get knocked off on the board, not swim the wrong direction, but that's why we're swimming fast and that's why we're paddling well. To get to that patient, to bring them home and to bring them back on the beach and make sure that life was not lost. Yes, life saved, but I'd rather say in this scenario, not lost. And that's what we're doing. So for me personally, when I've got kids on the beach and I'm lining them up for a little event that we're going in the water, for me personally, I don't do ready, set, go. I don't say competitors face the water or nippers face the water or ready, 1, 2, 3. My call to those guys is rescue, rescue, rescue. It's a headspace. It's a headspace. If you're on the beach on a Sunday morning and your people are going, competitors ready, competitors face the water, that's a headspace. But if you've got someone on the waterline going, rescue, rescue, rescue as the guide, as the command to hit the water, that's a headspace. So what's the dialogue saying at the beach on a Sunday morning amongst your people? What is it saying to the kids and what is it saying to all the parents who are there? All right, really important. Our program resources, so we should be using the SLSA resources, the age guide, the age manager's guide, the videos from SLSA, they've all made up. Plus the good news is we will have new videos ready for next season on all the technical skills. So paddling, diving, porpoise diving, catching a wave either by swimming or by on a board, new videos available on all those technical skills. And those videos can be viewed by everybody, any day, any time, not just by the age manager on a Sunday, but the kids can watch them during the week, the parents can watch them during the week. They're open to everybody. And your skilled and qualified instructors. Your age manager is an age manager. They are not necessarily the instructor. All right, they manage the group. Not many age managers know how to paddle a nipper board. Not many age managers may know how to do dolphin diving. Some age managers not even know how to actually spot a rip. So your age manager is there to manage the group for the required outcomes and use the specialist people to actually share the knowledge, share the activity, share that understanding. If the age manager is fully qualified, highly experienced, bronzy, surfer, knows everything under the sun, then awesome. But then someone's going to help manage the group because that's going to be too big a job for them to be trainer and age manager all together. All right, we've got 40 or 50 kids, 30 kids, even 12 children is a lot of children to work with. So the age manager is there to manage that group, not necessarily the trainer. All right, so junior activities, this is what we're doing. Nipper Club training the lifesavers of tomorrow. In your branding, in your messages, for instance, next season will start, everybody will register. Yippee, good. We've got another 300 people registering for our Nipper program. So come late September, before you actually get back on the beach, do you do a welcome letter to all those people? Do you do a welcome letter from your surf club, not from Nippers, but from your Wanda Surf Lifesaving Club Juniors division? In the second paragraph, it talks about developing your child into an amazing Wanda Surf Lifesaver or Bronte Surf Lifesaver. Do the parents actually know that's what you're doing? I guarantee you some will not. So we've got a product over here being Nippers. We've got a product for Nippers here, and yet do the parents understand that product? All right? Really, really important. Okay, so we've got a range of activities for our Nipper engagement, which we're going to now focus on for that next session. So thank you for your time for this session, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll pick up on the next session. Thank you.